Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new video. So obviously I'm talking really quiet. The dark has settled. The dark has settled? The dark is here. But I'm talking really quiet because Liam is asleep because he has work at 5 AM tomorrow, so I'm trying to be quiet. But I think it's like half 11 right now. I think at midnight I'm going to start a 24-hour readathon. Not one where I stay up, because even the thought of that is tiring to me, but one where I like read for as long as I can tonight, and then as soon as I wake up in the morning, pick up and carry on until midnight tomorrow night. I could really do with getting some books off of my TBR, and so I think this is going to be the perfect opportunity to do so. So I thought I would talk you through a couple of the books I have on my optional TBR. I mean, I'm going to completely mood read, so if I decide to go a different direction with this, I will. We have The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. I'm really so desperate to read this, and I cannot believe I haven't yet, and it's been on my shelf for like a few days. Like, excuse me, why have I not picked this up? I'm desperate to read it, so this is definitely a likely contender because I just keep staring at this book and I'm like, need you right now. Then we have Elatsoe by Darcy Little Badger. Me and Lauren are reading this together, buddy reading, and we're meant to be finishing it by Sunday. Obviously this readathon will end midnight Saturday night going into Sunday, so it'd be really good to either make some decent progress on this. I've already got my bookmark in it. These are from Kira's shop. I'm not sure if Kira still sells them, but I've got my bookmark ready to go. It's a fairly short book, 350 pages, so I don't want to make progress or finish this. Then we have The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy Coates. This is one of the books that I'm most excited about on my TBR right now, so I feel like it'd be a really good book to read. I also feel like horrors are really easy for me to get through, and I really enjoy them, and they keep me entertained, so this is on my list. And finally, on the prospective TBR, but I am going to mood read, is She and Her Cat by Makoto Shinkai. Again, it's a really short translated novel, and I usually love those, so I'm hopeful that this will be a good read. Oh no, it's telling me my storage is low. Okay, I'll hurry up. It's now 23:38, so I'm gonna get myself settled down, grab myself a cup of coffee, and just prepare myself for the next 24 hours of chaos. I did start elatsoe, and I am now at 104 pages in, and it is 35 minutes past 12, so it's a super quick read so far. There's not a lot of words on the page, and it's quite easy to read. So yeah, I'm on chapter 10, page 105. I'm a little bit tired. I'm gonna go grab myself like a coffee or a hot chocolate or something, a hot beverage, and come back. I'm not like saying I'm going to finish this before bed or anything, because I just don't think that's possible, but I would love to get as far as physically possible to the end. It is a 360 page book, so 260 pages left. So if I can get as much as I can read tonight, then it'll be an easy finish tomorrow. So yeah, that's the plan. I just love this naked hardback. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's not what I expected at all, but I'm enjoying it more than I thought it would, to be honest. It is 1:15 in the morning, and I am 187 pages into this book. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of scary. Like, it's getting scary. I didn't realise this book was like a murder mystery. So we follow Ellie, also known as Elatsoe, and her friend Jay. And her family are trying to discover or uncover the truth behind the death of her cousin Trevor, supposedly in a car accident, but actually his ghost came back to her and said he was murdered by this man. And so she's trying to uncover the mystery. But honestly, It's so scary. Like, they just came up with, they just said like a random ghost story about these little kids who died on a train track, and then they came back and their bloody fingerprints were all over a car. I don't know. I'm just shitting myself, to be quite frank. I don't know if this is like YA or middle grade. It's YA. I mean, the guy died. It's YA. But why is it so scary? I'm literally like crap my pants. Good morning. It is the next day. It is Saturday. I finished elatsoe at 3 o'clock, just before 1:45, and I went to bed and I was like, yeah, I'll wake up early. I forgot to set an alarm and I woke up at 10:30, so I'm really annoyed at myself. So I've taken a shower because I, gotta get myself ready for the day before I can spend the whole day reading. Must look after yourselves. So I'm a bit annoyed because that was not the plan, but here we are. Anyway, I couldn't really talk to you about my feelings about elatsoe last night. I was so tired. I just had to get to sleep. But yeah, it took me 2 hours and 45 minutes to read, so that's not bad because it's 350 pages. So I'm pretty pleased with that, but it was an easy read. I'm rushing around like a yo-yo, so I'm really out of breath. It was really, really good. I really liked our main character, whose name I can never remember. Ellie. Her name's elatsoe, Ellie. Right, so I really liked Ellie and her friend Jay. I thought they were fabulous characters. I thought the parents were a little bit odd. Like, I'm so sick of these books about children, parents letting their kids do whatever they want. Like, I just don't get it. I was also very confused on the age of Ellie, because the way they've talked about it, she could like drive and stuff, so she's obviously like 17. But this girl acted like a 12-year-old, I'd say. Yeah, about 12 years old. So that was a little bit confusing to me. I thought the rest of it was really, really, really good. That would just be my one critique. Also, a little bit by the end, because it was like the middle of the night and I was tired, I was a little bit blasé about the ending. I was just kind of like, okay, I'm excited to be done. I think that's kind of the downfall of a readathon, is you do kind of find yourself being like, just go away now, So I did find that part hit me a little bit. But for the most part, trying to do this and talk is actually really weird. I'm not doing anything right. For the most part, I did find it very enjoyable. I think I've given it a 4 stars. Yeah, I think I'm giving it a 4 stars, which is very good, I'd say. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, not what I expected at all. So I haven't told you what elatsoe is about. It's about the indigenous people of America who, and their tribe, and their like belief in ghosts and their superstitions, and you shouldn't say like dead people's names and things. It was really, really interesting actually, but it's about them and their families, and they can see ghosts. And then their cousin Trevor dies in a car accident, and his ghost appears to Ellie and says he was murdered by this man, and so Ellie has to try and solve this murder. But yeah, I can't concentrate on 2 things at once. This is getting very stressful. It was a very good book, had a lot of good vibes. I really enjoyed it. It's not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be, I don't know why, the cover, I've never listened to what it was about. I just knew it had an ace character, which I really like, and that it was set around indigenous people, which I really want to support. I thought it was going to be set in like the mountains and stuff because of the cover is like snowy mountains, but it's not. It's like ghosts. But I thought it was snowy mountains, so. But then I wasn't disappointed at all, even though I love a snowy mountain setting. I think I really liked the murder mystery element. I thought it was very enjoyable and not what I expected at all, which made it a really fun read. Okay, now that I look less like someone who had only 7 hours of sleep. Why? This shirt is drowning me. I've lost a bit of weight recently and now all my shirts just look like I'm drowning and I hate it. But I don't want to buy any more clothes until I know the weight I'm staying at. But I look like it. Look at me, I'm drowned. Anyway, what am I going to do now? Oh, I'm going to make a cup of coffee before anything. I think Connor wants to FaceTime for like an hour and a half. So I'm going to ring Connor and then make a coffee, and I'm going to start my next read. crying. I finished it. I'm sorry I didn't like update you and say I was reading it. But it was super short and I was just trying to enjoy my morning coffee and talking to Connor, so I didn't update you, but I have finished it and I absolutely love this. I'm gonna give it either a 4.5 or a 5, and I am teetering on a 5. It did make me cry by the end, but it was like a happy cry more than a sad cry. This book is so beautiful. Let me put you down so we can talk. Really is not the most flattering angle, and I do have my blanket on because I'm bloody freezing. Let's talk about this book. So we follow a series of people. Mainly we follow cats, and the first cat we follow is Chobi, and then he makes friends with other cats and you follow the other cat stories, but you also get to see their humans stories, so like their owners or how they meet their human companions, because some of them don't like to be called pets. Hero. But I really, it was just so special. It was just, I absolutely loved it. It was so special. You got to see like an inkling into people's lives and just a snapshot of everybody and their lives and what they were doing, which is very reminiscent of other Japanese cat novels that I've read. And I just really love this style of book. But this one I think is my favorite. The way it was written was so beautiful and just accessible, and it was like, I feel like a lot of these kind of books, as much as I love them, can sometimes come across quite pretentious and very, this has hidden meaning and you won't understand it. This is not like that at all. This tells you exactly what it means, and it's just a beautiful story about people struggling with depression, mental illness of different sorts, and actual physical illnesses as well. There was one person in here, like the beginning of the story, that I was just so sad about. It's the first story. She basically is in a very unhappy relationship and she breaks up with her boyfriend, and then the story ends, and I was like, you are joking. Like, please don't end it like that. That's really sad. But you get to see progression through all of these people as you go through. Absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely loved this so much. I'm so glad I picked it up, and I already can't wait for a reread. And yeah, it's such a beautiful story with like pictures and stuff as well, as you can see here. And I just love the different cats and the way the cats interlinked and they knew each other, and so you continue to see the cats throughout the story. Wow, yeah, I can't recommend this enough. If this is the kind of thing you're into, this is a good one. It is now 10 to 1. This took me a long time to read because me and Connor were gossiping on FaceTime for ages. But yeah, I'm glad I finished it. I think the next book I'm going to pick up, now that I've done a short book, I'm going to go to The Stolen Heir by Holly Black, because I really fancy this one. And it is a bit longer, but I've done a short book now, so I feel ready to go into a long book. So yeah, I think I'm going to read this one next. And hopefully this is another 5-star, because I'll be really upset if not, 'cause all the Cruel Prince series was. I have just returned from Starbucks and I have finished The Stolen Heir. I'm really sorry that I didn't update you partway through. To be honest, I just kept thinking to myself, what am I going to say? Like, there's nothing to say. Like, I truly did not care about this book. So I had nothing to update you on my feelings, because I, again, did not care. I've gone with a total of 3 stars for this story. I have nothing to say other than the fact it was a snooze fest. And I absolutely adore the Cruel Prince series, one of my favourite series ever. So I had really high hopes for this. But yeah, it's not that it was a bad book. Again, it was a 3-star. But nothing happened. So yeah, the main character is an oak, which I'm kind of annoyed about, because it goes on about Oak and all of his stuff, when really he's not even the main character. Surin is. And Ren is just like, Surin is Ren. And yeah, you're learning all about Ren and her backstory and stuff, and I'm just like, well, I don't care about this character. I want to know about Oak, considering it's Oak's duology. I don't know, I'm just kind of annoyed, to be honest. It was okay. I just feel like The Cruel Prince was written so well, and there was obviously very good writing in it, very good plot. It is slow. A lot of people don't like it because it's slow and it's not about the action or the romance. This book was just nothing. It was rubbish. I don't know, not rubbish, it wasn't, because it was a 3-star, but it was nothing like Holly Black's writing. I would never in a million years say Holly Black wrote that, because Holly Black's writing has always been really, really good to me as before, and like all her books have impressed me. This was not impressive at all. So yeah, bit disappointing. I'm glad I've read it now though, because I can move on. Kind of sad though. I don't know what I'm picking up next. I haven't decided. It is 6 p.m. It took me forever to read that. I mean, to be fair, I made lunch, went to Starbucks, which, you know, it's really hard to read fast when you're distracted by people watching, which is something I love to do. But yeah, it is 6 o'clock now. I'm going to pick up another book. I could definitely read 2 books in the next 6 hours before the readathon ends. But obviously when you think about making dinner and stuff, and obviously I am slowing down because I've been reading for 18 hours. Well, I was sleeping, but you know, 10 hours of reading, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just gonna go pick up a small book, I think. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm gonna pick one up and just chill with it for a little bit and relax, because that was a lot. You know, fantasy is a lot. So yeah, I'll update you when I have something to update you with. Again, I'm sorry it took me so long to update you on this one, but yeah, see you shortly. I decided to pick up The Haunting of Ashburn House by Darcy Coates, and I am now halfway through, exactly. It is it's 9 o'clock, so it's taken me a very long time to get into this book, or not get into it. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, just reading it, because I'm so tired from all of the reading. So I definitely think this will be my last book of the night, because I don't think I'm going to be able to, like, do this and another one with how long it's taking me to read. But I wanted to update on, like, what I'm thinking about it, because I am halfway. So we're following, what's her name? We're following Adrian, who has inherited a house from my aunt that she didn't know existed, Edith. And she has to live there because she's poor, on the verge of homelessness after all of her family have passed away. And so she's now at Ashburn House, and some very dodgy things are happening. We're about halfway through now, so we're really getting into like the thick of the dodge. I love the way it instantly kind of started being creepy from the beginning. And I really like Adrian as a character, and I really like her cat, Wolfgang, which is very random, but I think he brings a lot to the story. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying the like small town vibes of it all. In a way, I kind of just want everything to be okay and just like read this as a normal story about Adrian and her life. But obviously that's not going to happen because it's haunted house horror. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm going to carry on. But I just wanted to give you an update as I was halfway and let you know how long it is taking me to read this book. But yeah, continue I shall. If you needed any more proof of how slow I'm reading this, I'm on page 208 and it's 10:15. And I haven't stopped reading, so proof that I'm just exhausted at this point. But I will make it through if it kills me. I personally hold Lauren accountable for not telling me how scary this book was. Lauren, you could have warned me. Love me a bit of Darcy Coates. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to terrify me tonight. It's now 11:05 and I have just finished the book. But like, I'm traumatized. I don't know how I'm ever going to sleep again. I will say, this gave what I wanted it to give. It was giving. I think this is one of the like great best haunted house stories I've read, and was truly terrifying. There was nothing subtle about it. I absolutely loved it, and I loved the explanation at the end. I loved the ending so much, and I cannot wait to pick up more from this author. I'm so glad I liked it. I really thought I would, so I'm relieved that I did. Yeah, I do have 55 minutes left of the readathon, but I am going to call it quits because there's no way I could finish another book in that time. Oh my god, I keep hearing noises and I'm absolutely terrified. Lauren, look what you've done to me. I'm going to buy more of these authors' books, and I'm going to read them in the daylight. I made a mistake reading this at night. It was so scary. Whew. But with that, I can wrap up my 24-hour reading blog and tell you everything that I read. So between all these books, I read 1,390 pages. I rated She and Her Cat 5 stars. I read The Haunting of Ashburn House. I'm giving, I think, a 4.5. Ooh. Elatsoe, I really enjoyed. I'm giving it a 4. I think. Was it a 4? I think so. And The Stolen Heir, which I'm giving a 3, sadly. But I'm really, really happy with that readathon. Some really, like, decent-sized books done as well. Like, I thought I'd read more short books, but I only ended up reading one. So I really can't complain. Thank you so much for watching this video and watching me take on my 24-hour challenge. If you'd like to see more of these this year, let me know. I don't tend to do them. Well, I do, I just don't tend to film them. So if you'd like me to film them more often, I can do. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and if you recommend any specific books from Darcy Coates, let me know. Or any of these books, I guess. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye!